What's going on, everybody? This is the Objective Jerk. Um, how's everybody doing? Got an earbud in my ear. I always do that. Hope all is well. My children just started their Christmas break. I mean, I guess yesterday was the official first day, but um, so yeah, same old, same old. Brewed some beer. Finished up the last of what I had. So, and the stuff I bought was from Amazon. So, and it was like a malt extract. It's kind of like already, um, it's not like getting the grains and boiling them, like doing it legitimately. It's more of like the hamburger helper style beer brewing. Um, but so they have here in Manila they have a little brew company that sells everything you need. So I'm looking to get some stuff from them and do that. So hopefully that works out. Because like the beer, there's not a big selection of beer here. They do have people that do micro beers and stuff like that, but it's nothing like it is in the States. And I'm not like trying to do my own brewery or anything like that. But just make some for friends and this and that, and they all seem to like it, and maybe I'll sell a little. I don't know, but that's what I've been doing, or that's what I did the other day. Actually, I forgot to look and see the fermentation. All right, I have to let it ferment here in my room because it's got to be at a certain temperature. So, and this room basically has the AC going 24/7, 365. Anyway, so you guys may have heard about I'm sure probably everybody in the States has heard of the school in Wisconsin, the school shooting by the very young female. Originally, it was like she was 17, but then I guess she was 15. Locally, I'm sure they're getting a lot of it, but I think nationwide, they're not really talking about it much. The mainstream media isn't really talking about it much because it doesn't help their agenda. So they're not going to really, if it was like a far right guy that shot up a gay club or something, it'd be all over the news like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's, the media is like, it's crumbling. ABC had to pay a bunch of money to Trump because they basically just would lie. MSNBC views are crumbling. Like they're all going down, and Fox is doing better, but still, not like they should be. And a lot of it is, the politics, the political coverage that's been going on, and all the lies and bullshit about, Trump and all this crap, and then people are starting to come to find out that it is all just BS. They're trying to push an agenda instead of just reporting the news, what facts are known, and no opinions. This is the kind of crap that happens. Nobody cares what other people think. I mean, some do, but I mean, but if they would just report everything that is known, this is what's being reported, this is what's been found, and then maybe do like a little thing, if they want to do like an opinion, or have one show that's an opinion, or in an article at the very bottom, if they want to have like the editor do a quick little opinion about it or something like that, not the journalist, then maybe it could work, but most people don't want their opinions. They want the information. So, that's why it's crumbling. And it's stuff like this incident right here, So, when it first happened, they were like, "Oh, it's looking like it was because she was bullied," and it's like, well, that goes without saying, like that's kind of whatever. But But now it's come that she just started school there. You know what I mean? Like she was a brand new student. So how much bullying did she get from the school? You know what I mean? So it's like I'm kind of wondering if maybe she had been planning this and she really asked to go to this school, and her parents, even though according to her possible manifesto were pieces of shit, paid for her to go to a private school. I don't know. Lots of stuff's coming out, kind of slow, but not everything quite makes sense, Um, yeah, their PD is just slow, man, and it's because it's not. It doesn't help with the narrative that because it's a very liberal area, Madison, Wisconsin, which means it's run by liberal politics and all that BS. So, and then like the chief was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter if it makes no difference if they're trans." It's like, well, yes, it does. Yes, it does, because if she's not a trans, there's been a few of them, but she's not a trans. But trans are going through all kinds of, medication crap for transitioning and all this kind of stuff, and we need to know if that stuff is making people crazy, you know? And that's what they need to focus on. Again, everybody's like, "Oh my God, guns, guns! We gotta get rid of the guns." It's like I'm so tired. And I'm not like a gun nut. I believe in the Second Amendment. I used to have guns. I don't now here. But I'm not like crying about not having guns. Yeah, I would like to. And I'm gonna, if and when possible, I will. But you know, some people probably, when they were in my position and they were thinking of moving to the Philippines, but they were like, "Oh, I can't bring my guns." I mean, you can, but there's a process, and then it's not the same, and whatever. You know what I mean? A lot of people would be like, "Nope, I ain't doing it. I'm staying here. I want my guns." You know what I mean? So I'm not like that, but I believe in the Second Amendment. I think it's very important to have. And so when everybody starts crying about all this crap about the guns, it's like, dude, it's the if guns were unattainable, these psychos would find other ways. They would build bombs. They would start fires. They would anything. They would poison the food in the school cafeteria, or they would find other ways to do it. And then, I mean, sadly, people did die, but it was only 2 right now, I think, and then there's a couple in the hospital. Prayers for them. Um, but she could have started a fire and taken out way more, or who, you know what I mean? So it's like guns are not the problem. Um, I mean, they are a problem. They can be. Guns should not be so accessible for criminals and whatever and whatnot. You know what I mean? I get that, but they are not. You get rid of guns, that's not going to stop people from killing people.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So, hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. You know what I mean? It's just going to give criminals an advantage over innocent people, and the government more control over the people, It's true. But what's crazy is, or at least what I think is crazy, is that almost immediately there was some, grassroots journalism going on, and they found a manifesto, and they shared the manifesto, and I'm gonna share some of the parts of it. But like, when you read anything in the news, it's all like they're trying to verify its legitimacy, which, okay, I get, makes sense, right? But like, how long does that take? Like, what is going on? Why is that taking so long? And I think it's because she was a feminist, and that's what her manifesto talks about. You know what I mean? And the manifesto, which I'm going to read some parts from it, um, it seems legit. I mean, somebody wrote it that was in that kind of frame of mind. It doesn't sound like a fake, suicide note or a manifesto that somebody's writing to kind of perpetuate something. It seems to be legit. Why is it taking so long to authenticate? And I think it's because it's goes against the left-wing agenda. And this is why nobody likes the media and nobody likes the shit that's going on. It's like, dude, quit trying to hide what's going on. Just get the information out, report on it, and let the people decide. And that's why media is crumbling. That's exactly why. So let's see. So supposedly this was offered by the boyfriend of the woman, the young girl. She wasn't a woman, but the shooter, right? So she was a student. She was born, a little while ago. I'm not gonna give all this information, but she was female, not transgender, and her boyfriend was male, not transgender. Her manifesto is titled "War Against Humanity," and it's 6 pages long. Uh, she spoke about having extremely difficult relationship with her parents, who she referred to as scum. I guess they like. I don't know if I'm getting this mixed up with a different thing I looked into. I think they got married and divorced a couple times. They got married, they got divorced, got married, got divorced, and then did it a third time, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Sorry, it's like really small lettering. Okay. She also said her family didn't love her, want her, and I don't know. A lot of teenagers kind of feel that because they're going through that period. They're through puberty, pubescent, whatever, and you're getting lots of testosterone or lots of estrogen. It's messing you up, and things are affecting you, and but your parents are still doing their thing. They can't deal with every little thing, and you feel like they don't care and this kind of crap. I mean, that's almost everybody goes through that. Didn't love or want to express this feeling that is the wrong child of the family, and this could very well be. Maybe they were jerks and they didn't like they didn't connect with their kids. Out of my kids, I mean, I connect with my kids in one way or not. Like, there's some aspect in their life, some, I don't know if it's you'd consider a passion or whatever, but there's something that I've been able to have a bridge or have a connection with my children, right? But one child in particular, I get along with him much better than I do the other ones. And then I have one child that is I butt heads with all the time. So I got one that I'm get along with really well, one that I butt heads with all the time, and one that I, get along pretty good, but it's a little bit of both, I guess. So I mean, it happens. I don't know, I guess. I don't know if that's just my experience. Um okay, I read that. So it says that she had planned to commit suicide a long time ago, but felt committing a shooting was better for the evolution, quote unquote, better for the evolution rather than just one stupid, boring suicide. She expresses deep admiration. She deeply admired um, Pekka Eric. I can't say it, but they're really like, far left extreme feminist kind of views. I can't say their names though. Um, so let's see. All right, let me see. Yeah, so just some parts in there where she praised certain people for their activism and this and that. She expressed that she got the weapons to commit the attack through lies, manipulation, and her father's stupidity. So she probably, and there's a picture of her on his Facebook, I think, them going skeet shooting, right? Shooting shotgun at the clay pigeons, the skeet. So she probably pretended to act interested to get the chance to learn from her father as if she wanted to maybe do it, and she thinks it's cool and whatever, but she's just trying to get information, skills, get him to drop his guard if she, let her be around them and not question whatever, you know what I mean? So that's, to me, that's what that says. And that's kind of just a few of the things that came out. So the official, that manifesto, which, like I said, was supposedly given by her boyfriend, has yet to be verified. Like, how long does that take? The reason they haven't verified it, it's verified. I believe it's legit, but they just haven't put it out because of the feminism in it. You know what I mean? They don't want that to hurt that movement. So they're kind of waiting. And now there's so she had her boyfriend, and now there's an individual in California, like a 20-year-old guy, who they're saying helped her plan for this. And then I don't know, like if he was gonna do one too and chickened out or whatever, but they communicated together regarding it, and then maybe shared ideas and stuff like that. That's pretty new, so I don't know a whole lot about that. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna try and make it seem like it was completely him and she was a puppet and this and that, to try and, because they don't want a female feminism to be, or feminist to be, a bad person that kills people, But she was, and she did. So how are you gonna? I don't know. It'll be, I'm sure. That's what they're gonna try and do. but yeah. So I mean, like, if you look on, like, you don't see much on the mainstream media, like their shows. There's nothing really much about it. You can find some articles. Like I use Free Spoke. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Free Spoke. If you don't know what it is, it's another kind of search. Like DuckDuckGo and Google, but I don't really use it for searching for whatever stuff. But I use it for when I'm for news, because you can put in the stuff and it'll put up everything, and it lists like what the left. So the left wing media, right wing, middle, whatever this and that. So you can kind of see, who's saying what, and yeah. So it's it's just kind of it's helpful, but again, I've gotten to the point where it's like I don't completely trust anything 100% anymore. But yeah, because the media is trash, man. The media, you know, investigative reporters, which there's still some, they're out there, but a lot, they were looked up as like just like war heroes almost. You know what I mean? Like they risked their lives to get the information of corruption or whatever and to get it out to the people. And now they just report on what they're told to, and share with whatever to try and, move the agenda along, and It's lame, and that's why that's why the media is crumbling. That's why people are going to podcasts because you have not me, but but you have people that like the woman who she does her own, like I said, grassroots, low budget journalism, but she was able to contact the boyfriend supposedly, and get this information, and she did a made sure video and saw him and he opened it and you know what I mean, so she could kind of see, okay, don't know if she wrote it for sure, but it is legit document, this and that, and so she tried to verify it as best as she could. um but it's just, those are the ones, like, it's just, that's the way it is now, and the media hates it. They attack podcasters and YouTubers like crazy because they're taking it all from them, you know what I mean? People watch YouTube channels or listen to podcasts more than they watch mainstream media, you know what I mean? And they don't get it. They're still like, "What? Huh? They didn't get an education." It's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Some of the most dumbest people I've ever met in my life got a proper education. So, education don't mean shit, okay? Yes, it can help a little, but depending on what you're doing, obviously you can't just be a lawyer. You got to know the law and everything. You need the education, but there are just, there are people that want to be a certain whatever. They get the education and they can do it, but it's not really what they're built for, and they're not very good at it, you know? And it's the same thing with like law enforcement. They're cops that are just, they want to be a cop because they're like, yeah, I want to be a cop. But then they're not built for it, And they end up being the shit cops or whatever. And it's the same thing with every profession. So I mean, just because somebody has an education doesn't mean shit. And that's the thing, is like they try and sit there and, oh, uneducated people voted for whatever, this and that. Uneducated what? Because they didn't go to a fucking left-wing brainwashing school? Or are they people that have actually lived life and experienced life and have wisdom over than education? You know what I mean? There is a difference. There is a difference. Education does not mean wisdom. Wisdom is the education or the knowledge that you gain from experience and living through and experiencing, different things in life. That's wisdom. And wisdom takes education, right? Just like paper wraps rock. Wisdom crumbles education. Whoa, hit my mic. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. But you know what I'm saying? It's like education is great, but it's not what the left right now is trying to say. Like, it's just, oh, it's the only way, because because that's where all the brainwashing happens, and I don't know, just like the whole they talk about the climate change, and all this, like, what I saw something on Facebook where, what was it? I can't remember. It was something referencing like low ice caps or whatever, and this and that, and then you have people like, oh yeah, but climate change is what did it say? Climate change is a hoax. It's like, no, man. Nobody believes that climate change is a hoax. It's a scam, but it's not a hoax, right? Climate change happens. It's happened for millions of years or thousands of years, whatever, however you want to look at it. The earth changes whether we are here or not. Okay? Do we help it along? Yeah. We don't help it, but the stuff that we do is so minute. Not in everything, in some ways, Cutting down trees, things like that. Yeah, I think that's worse. And maybe some trash in the ocean. But I don't know. But then, so, there are just things that the Earth's going to change. Would taxes have prevented the the continental, drift when they all separated and moved around and whatever? Would taxes have helped that? No, it's going to happen. It's just, yeah, you can try and, do better with certain things, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. It's just, there are things that you just can't prevent, you can't change, and paying more taxes is not going to change that. You're just going to make crooked politicians more rich. It's like, come on, you're retarded. You went to school, you got an education, but you're stupid. Anyway, it's called Book Smart, not Life Smart. No, how does it go? Yeah, there's Book Smart, people that know what they were taught, but they don't know anything else. That's all they know. So, and I've met a lot of those people, and they're annoying. Anyway, thanks for listening. Let me know what you think. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.